Okay, I'm going to keep this review somewhat short and to the point. This is Conspiracies, Cover-Ups, and Crimes from Dallas to Waco. And let's see, I have something dog-eared in here. Looks like I was marking the part about assassinations. This I really enjoy, as many of you who follow my channel have already seen, I really enjoy reading, some of those books that are more compilations of things like suppressed history and such, where you've got a series of articles. I love that because in my daily routine, sometimes I can sneak in a chapter or two here and there, and it's like each chapter is its own body of work. So this one is interesting in that it tiptoes into some of the conspiracy world and discusses some well-known conspiracies and things. But the frustrating thing is the tone. The tone of this really makes the book, really discounts the book completely, because the whole tone of the book is basically, now be careful, don't be digging too much into this because some of this stuff is crazy talk. So there's a lot of that kind of wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You see how those people think. So it's not really a proper conspiracy book in that sense, that it's more almost takes a mocking tone at times of like, can you believe they believe that? And that kind of overshadows some of the content, because I think some of the better books take a tone of, hey, why are there people who believe conspiracy X? And let me look into that. And treat it with respect, and he does acknowledge there are some genuine conspiracies. He doesn't discount that, but just the overall attitude is, you can tell that he has very much a political axe to grind when anything tends to steer towards criticism of Bill Clinton or something like that. He immediately leaps back to the position of skeptic, and that gets a little tiresome. And you see that on both sides. I've seen books that are written from a right-wing perspective that do that. And I think any of us that gain any kind of maturity as we're reading this kind of literature, you start to realize really quick that the whole left and right thing is a smokescreen. Yes, there are some left and right squabbles that happen, but when you start the higher up you go in that conspiracy pyramid, the more the left and right don't really matter. It's kind of like the kids fighting, but you realize that the kids are fighting, but they're all part of the same family. So ultimately they're fighting, but their fights are really pretty minor, because ultimately they want the same things. And thinking about this book got me thinking, I was explaining to one of my colleagues at work about some of this mentality. I said, something magical happens, not good magical, but something magical happens when you have a left-wing source like CNN and a purported right-wing source, like CNN, and right-wing like, say, Fox News or something. When they agree on something, there's this kind of magical quality to that, where the general public that might still be maintaining a level of skepticism towards the mainstream news, something in their head clicks and they go, well, hey, if the left and the right agree on X, it must be true. So if left and right are both telling me this thing is true, or if left and right are telling me this thing is not true, it must really be not true. So remember that tactic as you're digesting some of this stuff coming out of mass media, that is a very shrewd tactic that is used to great effect on the general population, because even on a subconscious level, when people see two sources that normally militantly disagree with each other, or at least purport to do so, when those sources agree on anything, be it that they're saying giving validity to a particular narrative, or they're being skeptical of a particular narrative, it has incredible impact, because people go, well, hey, if these two guys, they're normally fighting like cats and dogs, if they suddenly agree on X, X must be right. And again, very shrewd and very effective against the rank and file general population. But anyway, I'll leave it there. I don't really recommend this. This is from 1996. I'm always curious, though, when I see these books that are these compilations of stuff like this, because I'm always hoping there might be something in there like, wow, okay. But this one, just the tone, it had some good information, but that tone, you could tell that immediately his blinders went on whenever the road of corruption went close to his sacred cows. So I'll stop there. So